What's the deal, man? Yo, peep game, man. Where to even begin? So I peeped Counterpunch Boxing. Shout out to Kirk DeVille, man. But I was watching his channel. You know, I drop in often to see what it is that he's talking about. And he posted a video of a barbershop conversation, just really demonizing Anthony Joshua for the comments that he made about looking up to the hustlers and the gangsters growing up. And he just took it so far out of context that it was just kind of like well, at this point you're reaching. You're looking for a reason as to not like this man, outside of the fact that you're already a Wilder supporter. He said nothing different from what any other brother says. Even growing, I mean, shit, man. Everybody looks up to the hustlers, man. That's just the harsh reality in which we live in. You're always going to look up to the radicals. You're always going to look up to the tyrants. You're always going to do that. Now, there's levels to it, man. Some, like I said, I've said it before, man. Some motherfuckers got to get got. I was just listening to, I've been on about it, but I went back and I was watching my man Hassan Campbell's podcast, and after Alpo got clipped last week, he referenced Preach from Harlem. And Preach was a treacherous hustler. This dude was, from what I've gathered, you know, there's levels to the murder game, man. This dude was damn near the devil. You dig? So something to that degree is, nah, I can't honor that. Even though, you know, I ain't gonna go into all. Nah, I will. You know, he's credited with killing Rich Porter's little brother. Even when you watch a documentary on Preach, there's like, he was the one trying to prevent that. He was most definitely involved in the kidnapping and the ransoming of him and cutting his finger off. Yeah, that's grotesque in itself. But he warned his crew, don't fucking kill this kid. Don't kill him. And they killed him anyway. And the nigga who green-lighted the killing the kid, Donnell Porter, he eventually got killed for doing that. They chopped his head off and played soccer ball with his head on top of a Bronx Project building. So an act like that is something that I can somewhat salute. Even though you were complicit in this kid getting, you know, you led him to the hellfire. You honestly did. Shout out Hassan Campbell. I took that from him. You led him to that. You were complicit in that. At any point, you could have shut that shit down because you the HNIC of that conglomerate. You could have said, nah, man, we not doing this. But you did try to rectify things by saying we not gonna kill this kid, and you killed the nigga who killed the kid. I can salute that. That one small act, because the amount of treachery that homeboy was on this now. But certain hustlers, I can most definitely look up to and be like, I fuck with that. I've referenced it before, so I'm not gonna go back on, you know, what's admirable about, you know, street politics and what's not. I'm not gonna do that. But be that as it may, we look up to the hustlers. Just the fact that they took a chance. The amount of respect that they command when they walk in a room, shit like that is like, yo, man, like, I fuck with dude. He from around the way just like anybody else, man. Like, you know, it's another brother. It's another brother. He just took his chances. He gambled and he won for the time being. Momentary, you know, momentary gains, you dig? Hey. But nonetheless, he won in this small little moment. Because the streets, you know, you can't win in that field. But nonetheless, we look up to him. So what he said, and what, you know, just off of what he was saying alone, this is just him trying to tap back into a mindset that he had growing up, so he can get so he can find success in his next upcoming fight to gain his titles back, which is going to be a very steep uphill battle for him to do. So I take no issue with him saying that. The fact that you would nitpick him about saying that shit and take it out of context as if he's saying he wants to go out and do this and that and the third, and he still aspires to be like these cats. That was criminal. Honestly, man, like that was a real insidious thing for someone to do, because if they took your word for it primarily and didn't even think to go and watch the IFL TV interview, then you would be painting a negative picture about this cat and you putting words in his mouth. He never said that, you know, he's encouraging kids to go look up to these niggas. No, that's not what he said at all. He said he looked up to them growing up, and I'm tapping back into that energy so I can have success in this fight. He's not telling little kids to go and look up to these niggas. You know, he never said that. He never said that. And you know, you around white men in suits, and y'all just another shot at Eddie Hearns, man. Just anything to denigrate this dude. What the fuck is Deontay Wilder around? This was really bothersome that y'all that's your bro. Most cats ain't gonna chastise they bro, they man, they homeboy. They not gonna do that. So I get that. I get that. But if you know your man that says some bullshit, then you need to just shut the fuck up on shit. You can't claim to be big on masculinity and go radio silent when Deontay Wilder bent over to the front and touched his toes and threw it in a circle, bro. Put his hands on your knees and then you run. Put your back in, back out, do the That's what he did, and he's done it on multiple occasions. There's nothing masculine about that. There's nothing masculine about talking about, I want to have a baby, I want to experience childbirth. These are traits of women, females. There's nothing masculine about that, bro. No matter how you try to paint it, there's no way you can sell somebody on masculinity saying, I want to experience childbirth. I don't give a fuck how metaphorically you try to mold it. There's no way you can get around that. There's no way you can get around it. There's no way you can get around throwing your ass in a circle. There's no way you can get around that. And try to attach a masculine standpoint to it. No, that's not masculine. You can't say you're big on manhood, but then you have no issues with him saying he wants to kill somebody in the ring. I want to be the reason why that he doesn't come home to his child. It did, like, I said this before on this platform, man. I don't know about y'all niggas, but I know killers. The streets wear on you. Not even just the shootouts. Niggas can, you can survive a shootout and nobody can be hurting it. Survive the hustling, raids, indictments, prison bids, all that shit wears on you, most definitely. But you can experience all of these situations and never catch an M. Motherfuckers who done got out here and slid on niggas, that's literally, that takes a part of your humanity away from you. Especially when you've done shit like you killed a kid. Whether it's, premeditated or accidentally, the fact that you've done that fucks somebody up. The fact that you could kill a man in front of his child, that fucks somebody up. That fucks somebody up. Somebody just sitting there like, yo, I did that. Imagine it just, you can't sleep at night because you're going to see this individual's face when you close your eyes. Niggas become heavy drinkers. They turn to some of the most depraving acts to cope with the fact that they've done the act that they've done. And you talking about you want to do this just because you're legally you're legally not obligated to do it, but you can legally do this and get away with it. You can do this shit and get away with it. That's not manhood. That's honestly dishonorable. I don't like Tyson Fury. But the fact that you're making gestures to him that I pretty much want to kill this nigga, and not even just him, Dominic Brazil and all this other shit, the fact that you would even hint at that is kind of this. That's not a sign of manhood. This is sport at the end of the day. This is sport. Nobody is trying to send nobody to the early grave on behalf of the sport. Even though legally you can get away with it. No man in their right mind will want to be the reason why somebody's child or somebody's mother or wife is a widow. Nobody with any sort of respect for human life and humanity will want to do some shit like that. So for him to say that and you not say shit, or you or your other constituents to not say shit about him saying that, but you gonna bang on Anthony Joshua for saying he grew up, he's a project nigga, he grew up in the projects from what I'm understanding. For you to sit there and say a kid who grew up in harsh environments of, you know what I'm saying, in poverty, impoverished environments, for you to lambast this dude because he said he grew up looking into the cats who come from the same conditions as him, that shit is just like the biggest contradiction. Any shot, any opportunity y'all get to take at Anthony Joshua, y'all take it. Y'all hop on it, and that shit is corny. That shit is corny. You're gonna denigrate this dude for trying to tap back into an energy that he had early on in his career, but you ain't gonna say shit to Deontay Wilder about wanting and yearning to catch an M in the ring. You're big on manhood, but you are not gonna say anything about this man throwing it in a circle and wanting to experience childbirth. Like, come on, man. Anything from this point on, anything that has to do with Anthony Joshua, y'all shouldn't even make videos about dude. Because I should not be able to draw parallels and, you know, just easily formulate contradictions between the two. Like every time you say something about this dude or somebody from your camp, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. Like, and it was real incoherent in what it is that you were saying. You were trying to make a point, and it's why we eat fathers and men and all. How is that not a sign of manhood? You get paid millions of dollars to throw on gloves, and you're around white men in suits, and y'all got like. You still have to be violent in boxing. You have to be violent in the sport of boxing. So what is wrong with him tapping back into that old violent essence that he used to walk around with early on in his career? It's levels to it, I guess, you dig? You can't reference Big Meech and Larry Hoover and Rich Porter and Tookie Williams and all of these cats. But you can want to kill somebody. In the ring, you want to kill somebody, that's cool. That's acceptable. That's not a personification of manhood. It's growing up looking up to Big Meech and Larry Hoover. But throwing it in a circle and wanting to experience childbirth is. Y'all cats gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all can be fans of Deontay Wilder. I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua. And I think Anthony Joshua deconstructs Deontay Wilder, but I'm not a fool. If Deontay Wilder was to go in there and knock Anthony Joshua the fuck out, I would not be surprised. Why? Because of how destructive his right hand is. It's still a realm of reality in which I live in. But y'all blur the lines to acquiesce to dude. This is why y'all formulated any and every scenario as to why he lost to Tyson Fury. Man, you even said he had COVID going into that fight. Like, y'all gotta stop with this bullshit. Don't even bring up Anthony Joshua no more, bro. Just let that shit go. Just let that go. Just please let it go, man. Cause god damn, it's too easy to poke holes in your argument. It's too easy. Anthony Joshua is an admirable dude who grew up looking up and idolizing the hustlers, just like any other nigga off the block. He is not to be denigrated for that, and Deontay Wilder is not to be held in high revere because of that. I can guarantee there ain't a motherfucking thing admirable about wanting to kill somebody. In sport. In sport. You kill one of my babies, I want your head. That's admirable. You off one of my loved ones, and my loved ones was never in the wrong for you wanting to off him, I want your head. That's admirable. I'm not saying that a nigga getting clipped ain't an admirable thing. Now, I said it before, some motherfuckers just gotta go. There was a case up here where a dude was a child molester in this one. I don't know where he snatched that man's soul. That's an admirable act right there. Wanting to kill somebody in the ring is not an admirable act. So let's stop bullshitting, man. Don't even speak on Anthony Joshua no more, man. If you're not gonna keep the same energy with your bro. Because your bro has said some questionable bullshit. And has done some questionable acts, like clapping his ass. I don't understand how. I don't understand how we get. Have y'all ever spoken on that? Have y'all ever sat that brother down and say, my dude, like really, like I don't think this is the move, brethren. I don't think this is the move. None of y'all never said that because he more than likely would never fuck with y'all again in the interview. I'm sure none of if I went and looked up the video, you know, if y'all ever said anything about it, I'm sure y'all ain't said shit about it because that would fuck up y'all, you know, y'all your access to him. And so I'm sure y'all not gonna do it. But just don't even speak on Anthony Joshua, bro. Don't even, you know, just leave that alone. Leave that alone, man. I say, you know, when y'all can't wait for him to lose, and it's wild. Every time he loses, Deontay Wilder loses immediately afterwards. So y'all look even dumber denigrating the nigga. Y'all are overjoyed when Anthony Joshua loses just to turn around and put Deontay Wilder to lose. Immediately after Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder got crashed by Tyson Fury. He goes on a 2-fight win streak, comes back to Usyk, gets outboxed. Y'all are overjoyed. I've even heard some of y'all say that hype train is over, as if he's a hype job. And then what happens the next month? Hey, come on, man. Stop with the bullshit, all right? Just don't speak on Anthony Joshua. Just let that shit die, bro. Don't even say shit about it. Don't say shit about Anthony Joshua to big up Deontay Wilder. Because it's a lose-lose situation for y'all niggas, man, because y'all don't keep that same energy. Y'all don't keep the same energy, and y'all end up looking stupid when y'all clap at him for losing just for Deontay Wilder to win, to lose immediately in the immediate aftermath. Leave Joshua alone. Keep it boxing. Keep it boxing. Don't denigrate him talking about manhood and all that shit when Deontay Wilder has he showed poor sportsmanship and some more shit. Y'all don't say a fucking thing. Y'all don't say nothing. I don't care about sportsmanship. I don't. I didn't feel no type of way watching the Last Dance documentaries and the Detroit Pistons walk off the floor without shaking the Bulls, and I don't feel no type of way about that. You're gonna be mad you lost. Emotion is going to get the better of you when you lose and you want to win. And that was a basketball game. That ain't no fight. That ain't physical confrontation. I took no issues with Deontay Wilder not shaking his hand. I didn't feel no type of way about that. I didn't feel no type of way about him getting up and going straight back to the locker room. I didn't feel no type of way about that. We can say sportsmanship all you want. We can talk that bullshit all we want. I got beat, bro. This nigga just crashed me. I ain't trying to shake your hand. I probably would. But I'm not mad at nobody who wouldn't. So it is what it is, my niggas. Stop talking shit about Anthony Joshua when y'all man does a lot of goofball bullshit and that y'all refuse to speak on. Do it. Let Anthony Joshua hoop, man. Let him hoop. Manhood. You gonna talk about manhood? Him looking up to Larry Hoover and them niggas ain't manhood. That's not a personification of manhood. But wanting to oh shit, expressive female characteristics is a personification of manhood. Dancing like a woman is manhood. Wanting a child to breach your loins is a personification of manhood. Like, come on, man. It's too easy to poke holes in you niggas' arguments, man. Either keep the same energy or don't say shit about Anthony Joshua. Just don't do it. Dude's class personified. Wilder's not. And it is what it is, my niggas. I'm out. Peace.